All right, what's up? Welcome into Snuffing Torches, everybody. Survivor 49, episode 2 recap. Got myself and Nate and John Rich both making their first appearances of the season. You might be able to tell by the light behind John Rich coming through his window. This is another pre-recorded episode. We have the Yankee playoff stream tonight against the Red Sox, so would not be able to watch live and do it live, but been lucky enough to get on the CBS screener list, so sent that to my email this morning. Was able to watch it on our laptops today and can do this. So I know people, we want to get the live chat involved.
I know my chat homies. I miss them.
I'll set this as a premiere. I think I did last week so that people can still talk in the chat amongst themselves. But listen, I think it's better to do this than nothing or to do it tomorrow afternoon. So
I agree.
A live Snuffing episode.
And it gets us to get our reps in. And so when the merge happens, we're ready for like the good stuff.
Yeah. Overall, I like this episode. Thought it was pretty solid. I think they've done a really good job, and maybe it's just a product of it being 90 minutes as opposed to an hour. But I feel like we really know the tribe dynamics on every tribe. I feel like a lot of times in past seasons, you kind of almost know who's going to tribal based on who's getting the most screen time before the challenge. But I really felt like going into the challenge, all three tribes, I feel like we have a really good dynamic on. It ends up being Blue going again. We'll just start right with the tribal.
Wait, Tommy, let me say something, because they say we're too negative on this podcast. I don't know if they revamped the editing process or what. This was the best second episode of any season of the new era. It went tribe, strategy, get to know the players. It was a fun episode. No sob stories. It was a fun episode. It was an engaging episode. If every episode was like this episode, we would have no complaints ever. I just thought it was a very well put together episode, from the editing standpoint. And like you just said, we know all the tribe. It didn't I feel like every season in this new era, they just pick one person to focus on, and it's always someone crying or whatever. They didn't do that at all, and I loved it.
Yeah, and to your point, it wasn't even nothing really especially interesting happened either. No. And it was honestly kind of predictable, once they went to tribal, but it was still they just edited it in a better way that was more entertaining. Yep. So you're right.
And they had the idol hunt at the end too to give it a little. I guess let's just start with the tribal. I thought weird move by Alex.
Why are we starting at tribal?
I'll start with the vote that just happened. No, you want to start earlier?
I thought we were just going to recap from the beginning, from the jump.
All right, fine. We'll start with the jump. Let's talk about each tribe dynamic. Obviously we're still getting to know these people. But we'll start with the yellow tribe. So there we've got Steven, Matt, Christina are a tight three, and then they kind of want to drag in MC. MC's listen, I'm never going to turn down an alliance on Survivor, but I don't really like being the fourth. And they say Sophie's name is out there, so MC goes to Sophie and says, "Hey, we got to watch out for them." I'm going to do something early.
Ooh.
I just really liked the cut of MC's jib.
Wow, an early jib cut.
It's an early jib cut, but it's I knew I was just going to have to say it when we talked about very little screen time. I feel like we saw very little of this tribe week one. I don't even know if we saw MC in week one. But I just, she had 1.5 confessionals. And I just like the way, it was smart of her to be yeah, I'll take the alliance, but I'm pretty clearly the fourth member in. I just like the cut of her jib. I feel like she's got potential to be a good player.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. I agree. In the first episode, she was the one who she pulled the key, she climbed on the box and pulled the key off the thing real fast, which was good. So she seemed actually pretty decent in challenges too. But you're right, she hasn't really done anything aside from not make any of us hate her. But I kind of agree with that. That kind of goes a long way, honestly.
Yeah, your guys' thoughts on just what do you think, Nate, about that tribe? And Matt is an interesting character. Last week, me and Clem were really singing Matt's praises because he kind of sat back and he was letting the rest of the tribe stumble and bumble through trying to make a fire and shelter before he stepped in and was like, "Guys, I'm old and have a beard. I obviously know how to do this stuff." But this week, he almost started to play a little bit too hard. I think already being all right, let's lock in our 4. And you even saw MC be like, I don't really know if I trust Matt. So I thought he was going to be more of like a low-key player that lets the game come to him, but he seems to be making moves.
Matt's an interesting cat. I can't. You're right. I can't make heads or tails of him. Older guy. He kind of breaks the common archetype of Survivor players.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think he's a winner. I don't see him winning, but I like having him around for now. I think I think collectively we're keeping our eyes on him. I'm not really sure which way he's going to go, but I'm not picking him as a winner pick.
No,
yeah, I will say about Matt, I loved him a lot, like right away, but he's kind of only gradually done things to make me like him like slightly less.
Yeah.
So like I'm a little bit worried. Like I don't know, he's going to get like maybe just too annoyed by like the younger generation.
He's a little
bit much.
Man.
I'm a little bit worried he's going to kind of lose it. But when I first made my list of people, like I had him like right at the top because I really liked the way he presented himself at first, but second episode maybe a little bit worried about him.
Any other I mean, that's the tribe I think we've spent the least time.
Well,
I feel like we've seen nothing of Jason.
Jason rocks, dude. Jason,
he's great at puzzles.
I could see Jason winning. He seems sharp. He's not fat and out of shape. He seems likable enough. Rocks at puzzles.
He is on the outside of a possible alliance on that track.
It's so early. I'm not putting too much stock into that. But Jason's not an annoying guy. They're not going to have any reason to vote him out. And he seems strategic from what we know about him. I know. Did you guys do winner picks last episode?
Yeah.
I'm picking him as my early winner.
Well, we'll save that. We can't be giving away all our end of episode awards.
Well, you said you did it last episode.
Yeah, true. But I feel like at the end of every episode we give.
Well, okay. Well, I'll carry him over. Yeah. Sorry, but hey, you know what? You did an early jib cut.
I know.
We're going crazy.
I set This is what happens when we pre-record. Things go fucking insane.
Oh, this is nuts.
I think Sophie, she could be a problem. The way she not to I don't know, let's jump ahead in the when we got to the challenge, and I'm tripping up on my names, but the guy gave Yellow the disadvantage. Jawan, she took that extremely personally in a way that made me think like she's gonna socially is like going to be like she's going to cause a problem for herself within a few episodes.
She's a ticking time bomb.
Exactly.
She's so hungry, bro. Like she's so hungry. A gust of wind could make her flip out.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Me and Clemmer last week had a big snafu where we thought we were talking about Sage the entire time, who's like the weird girl who farts on the Red Tribe. And we were just calling her Sophie the entire time. We messed up their two names. We got to the bottom of that. But Sophie, this is kind of the first we saw of her. A little early to get a read on her. I mean, not great that she might be on the outs, but at least she had MC come tell her that. But yeah, she could be emotional. Maybe she was like feeling that she was on the outs going into that challenge.
I mean, they had to pick somebody to give the disadvantage to. And she was like, well, this is an obvious shot.
I actually kind of, we'll talk about that when we get to it. But over on the Red Tribe, because we talked about like, old guys trying to fit in. I think he was actually both of me and Clemmer's jib cut last week. I really like Nate. First of all, I think the editors did a really funny job with like that's so fire. This is vibes. This is cinema. Like all the young people on the Red Tribe talking in like Gen Z jargon. And Nate, he's older. I mean, he's not that old. He's like late 40s maybe. Yeah. But he was like, listen, this ain't my style, but I'm not going to be the old man yelling at a cloud. Like I'll fucking say vibes if I have to. So I like that Nate is like fitting in with the youngsters.
He's mentioned himself. He's the Marvel producer guy, right?
Yeah, he's the VP of product and development at Marvel. Like that is probably the most important job in the world.
He's probably one of the richest people to ever be on Survivor.
Yeah, I would guess.
Maybe besides Liz. Remember millionaire Liz who got robbed of Applebee's?
She did emails. Yeah, Liz. Yeah, she wrote emails.
She's an email millionaire. That's true.
I like that. I mean, that scene was infuriating to watch, but it was just. I hope I don't talk like that. Like the super cut of Aura. That's cinema, bro. That's fire, bro.
It's like our job.
No, but being 24 hours a day on that island, being him and him being like, I'll talk like that if I have to. Yeah, he adapts so well. Like I don't know if he's going to be an electric character, but he's another guy who like he'll stick around at a likability.
Yeah, I think also that it's only 2 episodes in and they haven't been to tribal, but we've spent a lot of time on the foursome of Nate, Savannah, Shannon, and Rizzo. I feel like they've really hammered home that that's like a core 4 alliance on that tribe, which leaves Juwan and Sage on the outs. I think that's a pretty good like I could see that foursome going deep in the game. We talked about Nate. Rizzo I really liked last week. I thought Rizzo was awesome last week with the sweater savvy challenge. Savannah. So this is something me and Clem were talking about last week is Savannah like loves to like when you look at her job, former reporter. She loves mentioning that she was but it's weird that it's former. Like what do you do now? Like we looked her up on LinkedIn and like she's in I don't know, PR or some shit, but like she thinks she's like the first reporter to ever be on Survivor.
I loved her
the
quote.
Confessional is like, here's what I'd be doing if I was like, all right, this isn't like the most insane job in the world, Samantha. You don't even do it anymore.
Do you remember? I wrote this down from I think this was last week's quote. She's disguising her job as a reporter, obviously, because everybody who's ever been on Survivor thinks that their job makes everyone so impressed with them. Yeah. She said, I don't want to tell people I was in the news because I don't want people to know I'm good with my words.
Yeah.
That's the most overthinking you can do. Yeah.
That's essential. Like, I mean, it is kind of reading a teleprompter. Like, I really know what that translates to, like, Survivor at all.
Also, like, they'll be able to tell she's good with her words.
That's true. That's unfair. But
they'll be able to tell she's good with her words by just talking to her.
Yeah, exactly.
She just starts stuttering. Like,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know it's like a joke how like every lawyer hides their job. There are some jobs like maybe lawyer, maybe cop. I actually think Nate is a good example where it makes sense to hide how high up you are at Marvel. Like you don't want probably that target on your back. I think former news reporter, I don't think is getting anyone to be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. I think the only reason you should really hide your job on Survivor is if you make a shitload of money.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I agree.
I think the money thing is the only thing that would ever really matter.
I think also maybe if you're like a psychologist or a therapist, I could see that being like
really respect people. Psychologists and therapists that much.
In this cast, they probably do.
I guess maybe. I don't know.
Shannon is just she's not I should hate her more than I do. Like she was leading the stuff on the beach last week and like she's praying for the crab that they caught or whatever today. Like I should hate her more, but it's come off almost as funny because it hasn't been overdone, but she's a bit of a wahoo.
Yeah, she's a wackadoo, but yeah.
But I kind of agree with like what Savannah always says about her that like this girl, like she's kind of like wacky. Like I'm not like into all this shit, but like she's clearly like a pretty smart person. Like she's not like completely out there, like not like aware of her surroundings, you know. Like I think she's got a pretty good head on her shoulders, which is probably a pretty great combo for Survivor, honestly.
Yeah, and then we also have Juwan and Sage on that tribe. Didn't see much of Sage. She was just burping last week. Juwan sort of on the outs, and they're noticing him maybe look for an idol. He's walking around with his big bag and sticks. He takes Savannah's bag, although it seemed like that was genuinely an accident. He just messed up what bag it was and put the put the sticks in the red bag, and then Savannah was getting afraid that there were bugs in there or whatever. Juwan, I can't really get a read on yet. Well, let's talk about the journey.
So hold on. I wrote something down. Flint has ruined this show because nobody can make fire without the flint. And I was like, I know I watched 40 seasons of this show where they just had to rub sticks together to make fire. And now they're going 5 days without fire because they don't have their flint, and it's driving me insane. Like, we used to watch 15 minutes of kindling, and they don't do that anymore. I'm like, make fire.
I'm team just give him Flint. I know that's up for the vote for 50. Again, we say this every season, but like the whole like you lost, so I'm taking your Flint. I don't care. You can have a fire. These people can have some warmth at night and a little bit of rice. I'm not. That won't ruin the show for me.
Yeah, their hunger and like like in general, like their hunger and uncomfortability is kind of hard to translate that to a viewing audience.
Yes.
A little bit, but
when it gets extreme, but like
they should just be able to make fire. It's my number one gripe with New Era: make fire on your own without Flint.
It's hard.
I guess
it's hard with Flint. So
wait, was Jawan the one who was also like super distraught about not making fire too?
Yeah. He was like he practiced for so long.
Yeah, I know it's hard. I obviously from my cushy air conditioned office, it's easy to say.
Is that more of a food thing to make fire?
Yeah, I think it's to like boil the rice over the fire.
Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say it's not like cold out there right now, obviously.
No.
Yeah. More the rice. And I guess if you catch a fish or something. Yeah. So we have the journey. Jawan volunteers to go for his tribe, which kind of puts like Savannah was like, well, he's kind of on the outs already. I don't love that he could go get an advantage for himself. And then Jake and Matt go. I didn't mind this journey. I feel like sometimes I don't love the whole journey thing where you have to risk your vote. Unless I was missing something, Jawan never had to risk his vote, right?
No, like they changed it for the better because we would always get mad that you would go on this journey and you didn't have a choice. Like you would just lose your vote, and it's like they made it better. Now you win and you get a disadvantage somebody else, but you don't get individually hurt.
Yeah, I like this a lot more. I was just because Jake, when he like lost, he was like, well, at least I don't have to risk my vote now. But like, little does he know, Jawan didn't have to risk his vote at all. Like, I thought this is the way to do. Again, I'm not crazy about the journey. I could do without it, but whatever. It's a 90-minute episode. You need
I liked it too because it sets up a dynamic where you can make an alliance with somebody on another tribe, which they didn't do, but it opens up that possibility.
Well, he made an enemy on another tribe.
Yeah.
So they had to throw a bunch of coconuts into the other people's nets. Jawan ends up winning, and then he gets the choice between. I was actually confused by this at first. Maybe it was the way he said it. I thought he could just steal. Like, I thought he was just taking either Matt or Jake's vote and not getting it for himself. I was like, well, why the fuck would he even want to do that? Like, what's the point of it? But I understand that more now. You steal their vote and you get it yourself. So he would have an extra vote at his next tribal council. Or whenever I guess he wanted to use it, or he could disadvantage another tribe by giving them, some sort of hindrance in the next challenge. I thought this was an easy decision. I thought he made the right decision. I think that the goal is to not get voted out that day, and obviously it didn't work out, but by hopefully making your team have a higher % chance of winning the challenge, that's one way to avoid elimination. So I thought that was the right move. And like, I think the extra vote too at this portion of the game doesn't matter that much. Like Jawan's on the outs, like it's 4-2. Even if he got the extra vote, he's outnumbered 4-3. I mean, Sage might even vote with the majority there, unless it's something where like the 4 is splitting the votes 2-2 or some shit like that. But Jawan might have been aware that he's on the outs. I don't know if he's aware that he's on the outs really, but I thought that was the right decision. I would have made the same one. And it's also then easy to go back to your tribe and just tell the
Yes, that's what I was going to say. I agree with everything you said, plus you don't have to lie. Yeah. Like, you don't have to be sneaky or lie to your tribe. Like,
avoid lying.
Yeah, so I agree. Usually I feel like there is merit to protect but that's more after the merge. Protect yourself, obviously. This was such an easy, there's 3 tribes, make one of them worse. Like, yeah.
I guess I kind of missed this. If he took that vote, could he have theoretically held it until the merge?
I don't think they
said. I'm not sure. I wasn't sure about that. I don't know if it was
I don't think. I guess that would have been great if you could have done that. Neither of those rewards were that good. I don't think that disadvantage really.
I thought the disadvantage was going to matter way more in the chat. No, yellow sped through that.
20 pounds is not that much. I mean, it's a little heavy, but like
keys thing too.
The 10 keys that could be 5 seconds could be the difference. I think is the thought process.
I'd like to see the percentage of time spent on each stage of that challenge.
Yeah. But if you have an option this early to help your tribe hurt another tribe, you just have to take it. Like you just yeah, like Tommy said, like, oh, now it's 4-2, like an extra vote day 5 with 3 tribes isn't very meaningful.
Yeah. I did wonder if there was a way he could have taken that extra vote back to his tribe, been honest about it, and like spun it in a way that this is more helpful to us than the fucking disadvantage.
But you know what they do? They just go, it puts a target on you. That's all. You know, it's so much easier just to say that than to think through. Maybe you're right, John Rich. They ain't thinking through it. They're just say he has an extra vote, target.
It's also like I feel like people have tried that in the past where they get extra vote and they're like, look, guys, I got us an extra vote as a tribe. It's like, no, you got yourself an extra vote. Like you didn't get, like, it's not like that's not how that works. Like, so I think it was clearly the right call, and it worked because Savannah was like, yeah, Jawan was like about to be next to go, and now it's like a little show of trust.
And let's say he takes it for himself. He goes back and says, this is what I got for, you know, he doesn't tell them it was a choice. This is what I got for winning the challenge. It was an extra vote for myself. You just have to hope down the line nobody goes, no, he didn't win that. He chose that. And then now you've lied to who you think is your core alliance, your original tribe. The more we talk about it, the less I even think there's zero merit to him taking it.
You're right. I think that as much as Survivor can be a game about lying and deception, like a lot of times honesty is the best policy, especially early on in the game when you're just trying to build like trust with your tribe. Like I think doing everything you can to avoid putting a target on your back early on is the best move, and doing what he did, was avoided that. So challenge itself, he chooses yellow. I almost would have chosen blue here because it's like they suck. They suck already. We don't have to win. We just have to not come in last. Like, let's make them suck even more. But I guess it's like the more political. I mean, not that yellow cared, because no matter who you don't pick is going to be mad, but to be like, well, you know, they're really good, so we want to bring them down a little bit. I probably would have disadvantaged blue. Then the challenge itself, the 20-pound coconuts for yellow and the 10 keys did not matter. They flew. They finished before red did. Like they got to the puzzle before red did, and then Jason flew through the puzzle. I mean, blue. That is like low key one of the most pathetic puzzle performances I've ever seen, because it's not that hard of a puzzle. Like I'm sure it's harder there, but like it's the Survivor logo. It's not like it's like, you know, some like grand complex thing. Like you're putting blocks together to make the logo. The other two tribes had no trouble with it.
Yeah. And Alex claimed to be a puzzle guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says he's an awesome jigsaw puzzle guy. I don't really understand why they're so bad at challenges. Like on paper, don't they have a pretty damn good like physical challenge team?
You would think. Jake is a monster, Alex is in shape, Jeremiah is not out of shape.
I guess it's maybe only them two. But the other teams don't have people really either, though, that are like blown out.
No. There's no reason they should have lost that. They just blew it. They stink. Like they just couldn't do a puzzle. It just boils down to they made a tribe of people who don't know how to do a puzzle.
I did like that we got some sassy Jeff too. He's like, I'm already calling this one. Like blue lost. It's a matter of who wins the extra fishing gear. Yellow came in first.
Jeff has some pep in his step this season. Like he's kind of gotten like a new wind. I like Jeff so far. And plus in Tommy, your mini season, Jeff was spunky. Like he's John Rich was came into Survivor, didn't know Probst, and kind of got cranky Probst. Now you're seeing like sassy Probst, John Rich.
Yeah, I do. I definitely prefer him now when I first started. And I never disliked Jeff Probst. I just came into Survivor.
You didn't see
he was hyped up to a level where like this is the best game show host I've ever seen in my life. And I was like, well, that doesn't seem true. But I mean, I can't say I dislike him.
But also like, you know, he got to Fiji like that started filming on a Sunday. Like he got in on like that Thursday or Friday, like did our thing. And then like 49 started like a day or two later. So this is probably like day 5 for him in Fiji. He's probably in a good fucking mood. He's like, I've had a year off, I just got to Fiji. Like, and I bet, it'll last.
Sorry, I bet meeting you, he kind of like,
I was going to say, meeting me might have
invigorated him.
Yeah, reinvigorated him.
Yeah. Just a little reminder how much people love his show,
Yeah. He was like, wow, Tommy loves me. I got to go out there. This is for him. So then Blue goes to Tribal. So, early in the episode, we saw like Annie talking about trying to get Jake out because like, we can't take him to the merge. And then after the challenge, she was like, I was wrong. He's way too strong. He picked up that ladder with extreme force. Like maybe we try to target Sophie instead. I'm fascinated by like this love triangle between Jake, Alex, and Sophie, where like Jake and Alex have like this bromance. I thought that was another good editing thing too, where like they're like in the water together with that like sauntering music in the background. Like, you want to do a handstand, bro?
They did handstands in the water. It's such a dude's rock moment.
Yeah, like they're just in love with each other. But then Jake and Sophie are really close, and Alex is jealous of how close they are, but then Sophie is jealous of how close Alex and Jake are. So like Jake is just like the belle of the ball. Like everybody's just jealous of him.
Mm-hmm. Good looking dude.
Which, I don't know. How do you guys feel about Jake? You guys are in general like pro Jake?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Jake. I think he's an interesting character.
Yeah, I like him too. I definitely think he's like a what's that meme? Like remember Jonathan from the huge, obviously like Jonathan, like the greatest. He's like that meme that says like we have Jonathan at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's like the vibe he gives to me. He's not that. Like he's
a little bit like David from last season. Remember David, the strong guy from last season? I mean, David was like a little more out there. I mean, Jake's pretty out there. The shoe stuff we talked about last week. I'm not, I know it's like a scummy thing to do, but like, we saw Russell do it with the machete, like, and I said this last week, but like, if you're gonna do it, do it. Like, if you're gonna do it, hide her shoe. Like, then you're like, all right, well, now I'm disadvantaging my team in challenges. But if the point is to like make people more uncomfortable and more miserable and like get in their head to make them make more irrational decisions, I get it. Throwing it 10 feet away does nothing but be like, who moved my fucking shoe?
Tommy, can I hurt your feelings real quick?
Sure.
Jake follows some people on Instagram. He follows Frank the Tank. He follows Dave. He follows Frankie Borelli. He follows Glenny Balls. And he follows Barstool Trent and not Tommy Smokes.
Trent's tough.
He's a golf guy.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's golf.
Golf and guy and Frank.
And Balls.
And
Balls. Yeah.
He's Sunday conversation guy. Yeah.
And a Mets guy. He must be a Mets fan.
Yeah, he's a Mets golf fan who likes pizza.
Yeah.
So what were we saying? Yeah, I think Jake's an interesting character. Like he's at least like he's something different. Like he'll be intriguing to watch.
Yeah, I like him.
So yeah, that tribe. So they lose. So before the challenge, Alex found the Beware advantage right next to Jake. So he kind of has to tell him. I know that I don't really like when people tell, but I mean, they were right next to each other. Yeah. So I get that. And so they get back.
Was brutal. That was like them having to lug around the loud chain while they're looking like they had no choice.
Yeah. And then so they get back. They have to dig at the water well after they lose a challenge. Sophie comes over. So they have to tell her. What's his name? Jeremiah comes over. So they eventually have to tell him. They're lugging this chain through, trying to find this box. I liked Sophie's mindset. Like I thought Sophie had the right mindset of, I see where the box is. Like she was the only one thinking like, I think how you should there. Of, I don't want my whole tribe to fucking know that I have this thing.
But how would she have gotten away with it?
Yeah.
She would have had to like, when they get back to camp, Alex puts the key in his bag, and then at night you go take the key and get it. And I don't know.
But she's in such a good position with that tribe right now. Like, why are you risking?
Is she though? Like she was like one of the names.
She is. I think those three are in a fine position.
Yeah. She was just one of the names thrown out tonight. And,
No, but
she hasn't
Tommy,
played in challenges.
literally, how would she have gotten away with it? She knows where the box is. She would have to then hope that they give up looking. She can steal the key, sneak out on her own, get it for herself. Like, it's so
Yeah,
much.
and then everyone would eventually find they'd be like, the box is empty. Who's got it?
It just seems like there was a lot of holes in this plan. And
Yeah. But I at least appreciate in the moment that it wasn't immediately yelling out, guys, here's your idol, Alex. Here's your idol, Alex.
But wouldn't that be the right thing to do for your number one ally?
It's not. Her number one ally is Jake. And she's
Right.
jealous of Jake and Alex. So, I almost think she doesn't really want Alex to have the idol. And maybe if he doesn't find the idol before tribal and doesn't have a vote, then she can.
Oh, you know what? That's what it would be, because you could only use it. It only works if you get it that day.
No, I think you could get
it.
I
was confused about that too.
I think you just don't have a vote until you get it.
I thought if they didn't get it, his vote was just fucked and it was over.
I thought it was over too.
I'm not sure. I mean, the idol is in use now. Like, the idol is able to be played whenever. The idol did not have to be played that night. Otherwise,
no. I'm saying if they didn't find it before tribal, I thought it was dead.
That I'm not sure. I don't even know if they explained that. My guess would be, no, it's not dead, but he just doesn't have a vote until they find it. That would be my guess, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Either way, I didn't like her plan there. I just thought it had too many holes in it.
I like the concept of it. I just don't know how the hell she could have done it.
Yeah. But they get it eventually. Alex gets it. So the whole tribe knows except Annie. But then he goes and tells Annie because, she says, old lady ally. And he's like, I kind of want to use this for maybe a big move tonight. Maybe we get out Sophie because then Jake, because he's jealous. And he's like, I want Jake all to myself. I think, I get it. It's not the jury yet. So, telling Annie that and then not using it on her doesn't really matter because, if that was, in the merge and, you say that to Annie and then you don't use it, I could see her being like, I'm holding that against you at Final Tribal Council if you're there. I understand that it's who cares? She's mad at you. Big fucking deal. She's the second person voted out. But I didn't really get telling her that. Maybe he was just mulling his options, but
no, he wanted.
Even if he wanted to do it, he didn't need to tell her. He could have just played it on her at trial.
Dude, he just wanted to do a blindside. He just wanted to blindside her.
Yeah, that honestly might be it.
I literally think that's all it is he wanted to do a cool blindside, and so he just set it up, by telling her that he would use it on her. Also, all time evil laugh from Jeremiah talking about the vote. Did you catch that? Dude, one of the greatest laughs
His
of all
laugh
time.
is contagious. That an evil one, not as good, but
that laugh made me think that Anne was not going to be voted out. I thought it was going to backfire on them because it was so over the top. I was like, oh, they're setting this up for him to be or somebody to be fucked over. But
Tommy, go back and watch it. If you didn't catch that evil laugh, it was Dr. Evil times 1,000.
What would you guys have done if you're Alex in that situation? Do you do what he did where you keep an idol, vote out the weak player? But now, you're kind of you're worried about Jake and Sophie. I don't know how close he really is with Jeremiah. Your whole tribe knows you have an idol. Or would you have tried to pull a bigger move where you use the idol, you blindside, I guess, Sophie?
Too early.
I think it's too early for that, too.
Way too early. And plus, now you're down to 4. So you win the next immunity, and you just know some sort of swap is coming. Why would you use an idol on the second vote when everybody wants Annie out? Whoa. Everybody wants her.
I think it does just suck for Alex that I think that could have been a good duo. I said this last week. If I ever get on, I love the idea of aligning with that older lady character.
I think it makes sense.
I wouldn't have used it on her. I think if anything, what I may have tried to do is just get Jeremiah to vote Sophie out.
But think about how you can keep her around to drag her as the GOAT, to drag her to the end. She thought she was in control of the whole game. She's probably very frustrating to play with and to be around. And it's the easy second vote. You can't overthink it.
You don't want to reinvent the wheel that early.
Why overthink it that early and make some big move on day 5 when if you just lose the next immunity, you're the one gone. You know, it's just like now you just use your idol to save the 70-year-old lady. No offense, like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I think it's the right move. But now, it's an interesting dynamic now. You have a tribe of 4 people who are all theoretically aligned. I guess maybe Jeremiah's on the outs.
Win
you have one
immunity.
guy who, what?
Oh, I was just saying, just win tribe immunity and you're good.
Yeah, I mean, but like, let's say they lose. Alex is the idol. If you're Alex, or you like show of good faith, I'm just gonna play it, or you like, I'm gonna try to keep it. And then if you're the other 3, do you think about, all right, I'm gonna try to blindside him when he has the idol, or is it 4 is too small of a number to do that? If we, let's say we put 3 votes on Alex and he does play the idol, there's a 1 in 3 chance he's voting for me and I'm going home. So I think it's good. Like, it's not good that everyone on his tribe knows he is the idol, but it might actually give him some protection, because I think people are going to be too afraid to make a move against him because it's such a small tribe that having one guy immune, you almost don't even want to bother risking voting for him.
He has to use it though, right?
What do you mean?
If they go to tribal next
like
episode.
By rule?
No, just because there's so much mind fucking going on. There's too many levels to it. Wouldn't his anxiety just make him want to use it?
But I think that the other 3 people's anxiety would make them not vote for him, because they're like, if all 3 of us vote for him, he might pick. There's 1 in 3 chance that I go home if he plays it. So I think it buys him some protection, just them knowing that he has it.
I'm usually in favor of just, if you're questioning it at all, play the idol. Like, I feel like that would normally be my rule, but I don't know. I feel like Alex and Jake and Sophie could be a pretty good 3. If you guys can agree to just vote Jeremiah and then keep the idol and then move forward with whatever happens after that, like, that's a pretty good position to be in Survivor.
Yeah.
Because the tribes would get realigned. Because the tribes would get realigned at that point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like,
probably. I mean, it depends how early they lose.
I mean, if it was next week, they'd probably just add a couple people. Or I guess I have no idea.
They might do a swap at 15, 3 tribe. Yeah, I don't know.
I have no idea. But I feel like that's a good 3, and if that 3 can move forward with an idol, they're in a pretty good spot. I would try to keep that going.
Yeah. All right. Any other takeaways from the episode that we missed? I think we covered pretty much.
I will say she was blindsided. Like, she had no clue.
She thought she was running the show.
Yeah. That was Pizza 4 all over again. Like, she had no clue she was going home.
She kind of reminded me of Caroline.
Yeah, I said that last week.
Not
Carolyn, yeah.
She was Carol, sorry. She was Carolyn, but not dumb enough to be a threat.
What do you mean?
If that makes sense. Like, Carolyn was so not dumb, but like chaotic. Like, she was chaotic in a
Carolyn,
way that,
I think, was smarter. I think Carolyn read people better. But she was also more like chaotic presenting, where it took
that's what I mean. About like the way she came off. Like the way she came off made people like just kind of dismiss her in this crazy way, where with Annie it was like, I don't know, like she seemed a little bit more like put together and I guess like competent appearing, that they were just like, we got to get rid of her, she's playing the game too hard.
Bro, unbelievable tribal like speeches where Annie's talking about the only person I trust is my gut, and then she's immediately voted out without having an inkling in her gut about it. Just like very poetically done by Survivor there.
She's also like, trust doesn't exist. And Sophie's like, well, trust kind of exists.
Trust is kind of the whole purpose of the show.
I was wondering why Sophie was even like challenging that at that point.
I think maybe
I don't know either.
I was thinking maybe
so much.
I think she probably heard her name, like she heard Annie was voting for her. So maybe in your head there, if you're like, all right, me and Annie are the 2 people at the bottom. Annie's saying, I don't trust anyone. I'll be the person that's like, no, I kind of trust you guys. Like, I get it.
Okay, that makes sense. You're right. I was
always so confident Annie was gone.
I always wonder why people speak when they're not spoken to by Jeff at Tribal. It's like you can only slip up and say something dumb.
Right.
Yeah, it's like you're under police interrogation. Like, I'll speak when my lawyer's here.
Yeah, I'm always stunned when they speak out of turn. Like, you want to give as little info as possible, and people just happily start arguing for no reason at Tribal.
We also want Jeff to like you, and Jeff likes when you talk at Tribal. It's human nature.
Have you guys watched Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
A good amount.
Oh, in Philadelphia.
Yeah, shut up.
Always Sunny in Phoenix.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to Philly yet.
No, so I've been I was watching Sophie from Blue Tribe the whole time, and I feel like I kind of had like a weird feeling about her, like something was off, but like I couldn't really place it because outwardly, like there's nothing really wrong with her. Like she just seems like a pretty normal person. She looks exactly like Maureen Ponderosa, Dennis's high school girlfriend. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I'm looking now.
Also, kind of funny the last name's Ponderosa when that's a Survivor thing.
I go, oh, look up Maureen Ponderosa, the one with the snaggle tooth.
Yeah, she looks like her.
It was driving me crazy the whole time because Maureen Ponderosa is like a very like attractive person, but then just has this like weird off-putting personality.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. So I was like trying to like
it.
figure out like why I had this sense of like this girl actually is like off. And I'm pretty sure.
I think Sophie's definitely prettier than Maureen Ponderosa.
Yeah,
but
right.
I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Also, same actress as character from How I Met Your Mother, Henrietta.
Yeah.
Just for the How I Met Your Mother heads at home.
Correct.
All right, let's wrap up with winners, zeros, and jibs. We'll do jibs, or we'll do winners first.
I love how you just said that. That was cool.
What?
You're like winners. What was it?
Winners, zeros, and jibs.
Yeah, winners, zeros, and jibs. That was cool. Good. That was cool.
Thank you, guys. All right, winner. Who was you said? Jason, Nate.
Jason, the Asian from Yellow. Yes, he's my early winner pick.
I last week said Steven on Yellow. Thought he got a good like emotional moment where like he was talking about being 4'11" until he was 17. I told him I had that beat. I'll stick with him. I actually don't think I think it's going to be someone from that red 4. They seem to be focusing on that, but I don't have a reason to go off Steven yet. I'll stick with Steven.
Steven looks like a winner, like a Survivor.
Yeah, but
winner.
he also like if you take Jake out of the cast, he's very clearly the biggest physical threat, so that might hurt at the merge. But I don't have a reason to not pick him yet. And people like him. Like even I think it might have been Sophie or somebody was just like, I like Steven. Like people just seem to gravitate towards him. So I'll go with him.
Yeah. I'm between Alex and MC right now, but I'm gonna go with Alex just because I think he's gonna survive this first kind of onslaught that his tribe's getting. He's playing the game early. He's gonna get his feet wet by the time everything gets going. He's gonna be a seasoned vet. I think a guy like Alex,
I like that pick. I think he's already playing too hard. Like he's a guy that's gonna play too hard. He's too like DC politician, like snake in his way. Like he's gonna
haven't got that sense from him. Really?
I think so. I don't know. He doesn't. He seems like a guy that's gonna like overdo big moves. And I mean, I guess he didn't tonight. To be fair, he didn't tonight. But
I was gonna say I haven't seen him overdo anything necessarily.
Maybe just the way he's talking
been put in situations. He's been put in a situation the first 2 weeks where like they got to do something. And I know, I guess it's kind of been obvious to like the viewer, like what they should do, but
yeah, maybe it's just maybe I'm just thinking too much like edit wise, but he doesn't feel it doesn't feel like they're giving him the winner edit. It feels like they're giving him the like snake edit kind of, which I guess could be the winner.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm
going with him.
0.0. So last week, me and Clemmer both said Annie, so that proved to
be good job.
Correct pretty quickly.
We
said this last week. There's not a ton of people that are like they have no shot to win.
I agree. I got one now.
I'm gonna go with Matt. Matt's not gonna win. I'll go with the next oldest up. Like already playing too hard today. Like he's not winning.
Mine. Curious what you're gonna think, but Susanna who blessed the crab. You just can't.
That's
can't.
Not Shannon.
Did I say? What did I say?
Susanna.
It's not Susanna. It's Shannon. She blessed the crab, and she's about the spirits and all of that. It gets too annoying. It just.
Sage probably won't win. We didn't see much from her tonight, but like, I don't think Survivor's given the winner a 2-minute montage in episode 1 about how much she burps and farts, and like, she's probably not going to win, but. Maybe there are people. Christina, I just feel like we've seen nothing from on the Yellow Tribe.
Who's she? Christina
the black
Mills.
girl in the yellow tribe.
Did she sit out?
She sat out, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. 0.00000.
She's got nothing.
Dude, she was screeching from the sit-out bench the whole time using Jeff's catchphrase, just like deep. 0.
But I feel like sometimes the people they completely neglect in the beginning, they do so because they're going to come back later and they're going to get a lot of screen time.
So my 2 zeros are Christina, who screeched from the bench, and Shannon, who blessed the crap.
All right, I got 2 different ones then. I'm gonna go with Jawan. There's no way Jawan's winning. I feel like that's a boring pick, but he's just not gonna win.
Although you never know that underdog story, but I agree, probably not.
No, you're right.
If he's got people annoyed at him by the way he makes fire in like the second day.
So I actually am like, I mean, again, we see a very limited snippet. I thought he's come off pretty pleasant. Like, I was sort of surprised that he was so obvious on the outs. Maybe it's just because they think he's looking for advantages, but he seems like pretty pleasant to me. I don't mind him, Jawan.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind him. I just think early on, when early on, if people kind of don't like you for like even reasons we don't see, there's probably something there.
Who was that hot girl who they just all didn't like? Venus?
Venus.
Yeah. It's like,
but Venus, we understood. We saw enough of Venus to know why they didn't like her.
It's just sometimes, like John Richard said, sometimes even if we like the person, you can tell everybody there doesn't, and you don't really know why. Yeah, I get that vibe with Jawan as well. Like,
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's all I got.
And then my other one would be Jake. Jake's not winning. He's the most physical threat. I don't think since I've started watching Survivor, I've seen the most physical threat win. And it's Jake is not nearly like smart enough or savvy enough to be the one that pulls it off. No way.
I agree. I think he'd be like bottom 5 for people I think could win.
Okay.
He does have Sophia and Alex like fighting over him, which I guess I don't. Like that's something. Like they seem to be obsessed with him, but I think that's really only because he's like this big physical threat right now, and I'm not even sure he's that good of a physical threat. Like overall,
yeah,
I mean, he's clearly got no puzzle making ability.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot like Jason can win. Matt probably can't. Christina, no. I think MC could win. I think Sophie and Steven, there's no reason to say they can't win. Alex can win. I don't love it as a winner pick, but I wouldn't be stunned. Jake, I also wouldn't be like totally stunned. I think he's a good bottom pick just because like he is the physical threat, but it's not like I'm like, this guy's got no chance. Sophie, Jeremiah, there's no reason to say they can't win. Sage maybe would be, but like for the most part, I feel like usually through 2 episodes, you're like, all right, one of these like 6 people is going to win. There's like 12 people where I'm like, yeah, that wouldn't be that crazy. I think that is a testament to how good the editing has been of like getting to know everyone.
Yeah, that's true. Nobody mentioned.
Sorry,
okay, yeah, go ahead.
No, you got.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say nobody mentioned, and maybe you will in the jib cut. I think Rizzo is a pretty interesting character.
Yes. So me and Clemmer talked a lot about Rizzo last week because he had like a ton of stage screen time, and I thought he was awesome. I think he's like I think that on the surface you would expect to get annoyed by him because he calls himself Rizgod and he says cinema and stuff. But I thought he came off super likable last week, and like even his confessionals and like the way he was talking to himself during the sand thing. I like the cut of his jib for sure, but like tonight, I mean, we saw him try a little backflip in the challenge. I guess that was something, but we barely saw any of him tonight. So he's not getting my jib cut this week. I do in general like the cut of his jib.
He was,
and he's a Tommy and Snuffing fan.
He was pulling people up the ramp in the
like he has muscles on him, bro. No, he has muscles on him. I think they tried to make it seem like he's our skinny little dweeb.
Right.
No, he's physical. Like he
100%.
lifts, bro. I don't like that he's on 50 though. I don't know if they're trying to spoil it for us or reverse spoil it for us.
Really?
So
here's what, and maybe we'll save this for next week. Like, I don't know if like people want to know who's on 50. I imagine if you're watching Snuffing Torches, you're pretty plugged into like the 2 names that are on 50 are out there.
Okay, so take it back. I edited it out.
No, it's not edited out. Like people know that. I think I've said it last week about Rizzo. I haven't said the other name that's on it. I think people know. So there are a lot, there are a lot of people that's like, oh, does that mean one of them is going to win? I don't think so, because I feel like,
It would be
I don't
too
know. I
obvious.
think Survivor would have went a little harder to conceal the cast of 50 if it was just automatic that one of the two people are going to win. I think it could almost make the argument that neither of them are going to win because it would be too obvious. So I'm not letting that affect my it means they're going to be two characters that are engaging, but there's people on the cast of 50 who came in 10th place, 11th place. So I'm not letting that factor too much into my evaluation of this season. Other than that, all right, these two people are going to be notable in some way. And Rizzo could get voted out next. I mean, he's probably not gonna, but he could get voted out next week. And I'd be like, oh, well, it wouldn't, he's already been an engaging enough character where it's like, I see why he's back.
Okay. Fair enough. Jib cut?
Yeah, jib cut.
I already went MC. Again, just to me, this is the quintessential jib cut. I think last week I had Nate, but it's like, a lot of times we give out these jib cuts and it's like obvious. It's like the person who was most involved in the tribal council or something and made a big move. But to me, and Nate, I can maybe, I don't want to steal words out of your mouth because you are the creator of the jib cut. But I think of the jib cut as it's not the most obvious one. Just like we saw a little, it's like, oh, what I saw, I like the cut of your jib. And I think MC perfectly embodies that. We saw her for 30 seconds, but I was like, oh, she's smart. She knows the game. She's pretty likable from what we've seen. MC, I like the cut of your jib.
Mine was, I wrote this down right away at the beginning of the episode, and nothing changed my mind really. Maybe more not to stereotype people, but it just kind of surprised me that he was that guy. Jeremiah just going straight for it and eating the worms when they were out of food. That was pretty good. I don't know. Are people always eating bugs? Because I feel like they must be a little bit, but we don't see
not always. I think it was a bigger thing in old seasons, early seasons. I feel like now pretty much if someone's eating a bug, it's probably getting shown.
Yeah. But he just didn't strike me as the guy who would be like, yeah, fuck it. I'll eat a bug. I'm hungry. I know there's good protein in this. So him just going straight for it, I kind of dug that. I thought that was good. I like Jeremiah for that.
Nate?
My jib cut will go to Nate. He was the star of the millennial talk scene where they're all calling everything cinema and fire, and he's blending in. He's being a what is it called? Iguana? No.
Chameleon.
Close. I knew it was a reptile, and then I think he's calculated, but not in a snaky way. He just seems smart, and I like smart people. Calm but calculated people on Survivor. So I have my eye on him, and I could see him being a multi-type jib cut winner. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, he won it for me last week, so I wanted to.
Wow.
And Nate, I think he won it from Clemmer too. So Nate is racking up the jib cuts.
And it was a very short scene at the very beginning. He has the father-son thing going on with Rizzo.
Yeah.
Where Rizzo's like, I thought you were my dad when you gave me a hug when we won. And Nate's like, all right, weirdo. But he's being so cool about it. So
he just seems like a cool guy.
But I don't know if you can trust someone who's staying that cool. He's.
But they don't know that he's staying.
I know that I like him. He might be my new winner pick.
All right, that's all I got. You guys.
Hold up. I got one more question.
Yeah.
So we have jib cuts and winner picks and 0.0%. I don't know if this will be, not saying this should be a new every week thing.
A Slay Queen? We forgot Tommy's Slay Queen of the week.
Not quite. I was going to say, do we have a star of this season? Not star.
The contestant
from last. Yeah, Star
Toomey Award.
Does anybody else have? Do we have any star potential this year?
The Tommy and John Rich. Oh, not Slay Queen. Slay Quake. Was that what she was?
No, Mother Quake.
Mother
Quake.
The Mother Quake.
So speaking of last season, I got into a little tiff with Say from last season. I kind of ate her up and chewed her out. So Say, she was on last season. She didn't make the merge.
She was in nothing.
There was a couple times she commented on something else. So like I've been collab posting with the Survivor account on like some of these clips from the Fiji thing I did. And there was one thing she said, like she commented on something like one of the first posts about me. I didn't respond to it. She's like, oh, I don't like this guy. And then she responded on the video, me and Jeff. She's like, I still can't with this man. Literally, his pod says nothing kind about the show. Next. And it's like, listen, first of all, coming from Say, as soon as she got voted out last season, she immediately started trashing the entire cast. She has a deleted tweet being like, who casted Mitch? Show yourself. I couldn't find it, so she must have deleted this one as well. I didn't want to say it because I couldn't have the proof, but I'm 99% sure she tweeted something about like the ratings going down after she got voted out and like bragging about that, which is like fucked up to CBS as a whole. The whole time she was like, bet you guys miss me now. Like there's one, it's like this episode could have been an email. Like I found a bunch of her tweets trashing the season. And let me actually be clear. I kind of like that. The ratings thing I think is a low dig, but like I think Survivor needs more of that villainy thing that like happens outside the show, right? Like I feel like a lot of the Survivor discussion is always like on the show. I think a lot of good reality shows, like currently, it like goes into real life. So I don't mind her doing that. But then don't come at me and be like, oh, he's talking negative about the show. That's all you do. And then also you're like, oh, she's like, oh, you have a podcast to trash about a show you claim to love. And I was like, listen, I'll criticize it. We'll criticize it when it's called for. We'll praise it like today when it's called for. But I'll stand by everything I've said. You can find any clip of me talking about the show, and I'll defend what I said, unlike you say, who deletes your tweets about it and runs and hides.
Well,
better.
These current era players, and like they're all like hanging on to Survivor for like they're just she's almost like just like clout chasing with you. It's weird. It's like back in the day, you'd be on Survivor season 14 and you just go back to real life. Everybody wants a social media presence now, and to be in the Survivor Cool Kids Club and to go on the circuit and like all of that. It's too much. It's
very clear that she thought she was going to be remembered as like a bigger part of Survivor than she is. Like there are rumors she was going to be on 50. I wouldn't be totally shocked if we saw her back on another season. Excuse me, because she was like a big personality. But like, say you are the 13th place finisher or something of Survivor 48. Like, let's not act like you're fucking Johnny Fairplay or Boston Rob.
Yes, and it's not like she's developed this like huge fan base online since being on the show. It's not like she's now swimming in 100,000 followers. Like build your audience, like build your audience, build your brand, build your fan base. You haven't done it, so don't go at my boy Tommy Smokes, who has.
And again, I appreciate a villain on Survivor, like playing the villain role, right? I think we were very anti-Say early last season. I'd have to go back.
I was pro-Say if you want to.
But I think we eventually came around to her as like a character. But again, don't say like, oh, you criticized the show too much. Like we're fair, and you criticized the show more than anyone. You were fucking on it.
She was doing it when she was on the show. I'm pretty sure.
All right, so I had to get that off my chest. Okay. All right, that's it.
Anyway, if there is a star of the week, if there's a star of this season.
Oh, yeah. I think Star is she's a literal shooting star. I don't think there's anyone that I could say off. Right now, I'm not ready to dub that award. Do you have someone in mind?
I would say, Sage, I think. If Sage makes it far, I think Sage has potential to be like,
she's not as likable
behind her for just being like, how is this girl still in Survivor?
But I liked Star. Like I thought she was really funny and likable. Like I don't know if I'm ready to throw that on Sage yet. I don't dislike her, but I don't know. I'm the Star to Me award will be. I don't want it. Like we can't give it out like it's a third team All Pro award. Like it's a lifetime achievement award.
Dude, kind of Sophie, who is kind of like eye rolling and kind of getting a little jabby in there.
Blue Sophie.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah. I'm not ready yet.
You got to be a little oblivious to what's happening to win the Star.
You just got to be like all good vibes and not focus on the game at all.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
exactly.
All right, that's it. Like, subscribe. We'll figure out next week what's going on. I think I'm going to be away, so we'd probably be another pre-record.
This guy.
But maybe not actually, depending on timing. We could just fake it like I could just go live if I watch this. We'll figure it out, but we'll
Whatever
do
you
another
need.
episode next week.
Whatever you need, Smokes.
All right, like, subscribe, and see you guys next week.